Hello everyone, and welcome back to Tutorials of Tone. My name is Alex. Thank you so much for watching this video. What we're talking about today is the Aerosmith stock preset that I've developed for the FM3, but I've also used on my Axe FX3 and the FM9. This is a very simple preset dialed in to get you the most out of your unit when you're playing Aerosmith songs, whether you're playing Walk This Way, Sweet Emotion, Dude Looks Like a Lady. All great riffs and a lot packed into this little compact unit. Let's dive right in. First up, we have our input block. Everything is at stock settings except the threshold of our gate, which is at negative 47.5 dB. I like having it for my Morse Music Man guitars. I'm on the bridge humbucker throughout this entire tutorial. For our amp, we are using a JCM 800, the classic rock tone, used by Aerosmith on many great records. Pretty neutral settings throughout. We've got our gain turned up a bit, bass down, treble up, and the option for an input boost with a control switch. This is control switch 3. It is on FC2 on the front of your unit, whether you're on the FM9, the FM3, or the Axe FX3 using an FC6 or an FC12. We're running that into a pair of Marshall cabs, a 4x12 1960B with a V30 as the bulk of our tone, and a 1960A with a 57 on it, rolled back 2.5 dB. This really helps give a full scope picture of the trebles, mids, and bass frequencies. We've got a 60 Hz low cut and 8500 Hz high cut on the cab. With no input boost engaged, it sounds like this. And engaged. The input boost is great for big heavy riffs, but it's also great when you need to kick in to a solo. For lead boosting, we have the option of bringing in delay and our filter block, which is a 3 dB boost. For our delay, we have a mono tape delay set to a quarter note. Nice, easy thing to dial in with a tap tempo. And this is brought in with an expression pedal. That brings in the input gain. We're really just going from 0 to 100 on this, not really riding the fader as you would, because this is also tied to the level of our filter block. As this was developed on an FM3, limited functionality with 3 buttons, you got to keep your options open. In parallel, we're running a medium plate reverb. Everything is at stock settings. The level is down to negative 15 dB. Now there are a couple things that I skipped over. We're going to work backwards. What we heard in the intro was a guitarmonies sort of thing happening. This is for the song Sweet Emotion. There's that big breakdown riff, and then the guitars harmonize in perfect fifths. Super cool. But what if you don't have a second guitar player? All you have to do is hold FC2 and you engage the pitch block. This is with the dual chromatic pitch harmonizer. We have this set to +7, 7 half steps, a perfect fifth, and that level is at 100%. The mix is at 50%, so this is really even running alongside our main dry guitar. The level to compensate is 3 dB. This keeps everything nice and neutral when you bring in the block. I have a high cut of 10K on the block. As you can see, I have the detector source set to input 1, so it's reading the direct input of the guitar, not the amp block or the formant block that are preceding it. I have the pitch tracking set to fast and the default setting of 5. You can tweak this to your liking, but I find with the single note riffs, this works really well. But Alex, what about the formant block? Why is it even in this preset? Well, if you have to play the song Sweet Emotion, as I've had to on several a gig, you're going to want that faux TalkBox sound. This is the best way I've found to get that. And it's a wonderful block. Is it going to be perfect and sound exactly like the album? No. But it'll get you close. It'll get you that ballpark thing. 85, 90% of the way there. It gets your point across. The key to dialing in any TalkBox tone is having your controls set up to a modifier, whether that's an expression pedal, an envelope follower, or something else of your choosing to automate that. So we have this set up to expression pedal 1. So we can control our vowel shapes with an expression pedal. The other really important component when selecting your Faux TalkBox thing, vowel shapes. The start, mid, and end. I currently have O, E, and Ah set to heel, mid, and toe. You can feel free to move that around as you please or to fit the context of the song you're playing. For Sweet Emotion, this worked well for me, and it sounds like this. If it makes more sense for you, you can absolutely switch the start to E and the mid to O. So you can just go straight from heel up to toe. But I always like having an O or one of these lower vowels at the bottom when I hit my heel. So I will leave this at O, E, and Ah. Just know that if you have a different preference, you can absolutely go in and tweak this to your liking. That about does it for this preset. I hope you enjoy this, and I hope you get rockin' on your next gig with some sweet Aerosmith riffs. If you enjoyed this tutorial or this preset, there are plenty more throughout the channel. Tutorials of tone, Fractal 101s, gear reviews, playthroughs, etc. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you all next time.